Hello, my amazing students, and welcome back to Daily English. I'm Alex, and I'm super excited to have you here today. You know what? Today we're diving into something that almost every English learner struggles with at some point. Have you ever been watching a movie or listening to someone speak English and thought to yourself, wait, why are they talking so fast? I can barely catch what they're saying. If that sounds familiar, don't worry at all. You're definitely not alone in this.
Hey everyone, Emma here. And yes, Alex is absolutely right. This is probably one of the most common challenges I hear about from learners everywhere. When English is spoken slowly and clearly, it feels manageable. But the moment someone speaks at their natural everyday speed, it can feel like all the words just blend into one long, confusing sound.
Exactly. So in today's lesson, we're going to break down exactly why fast English feels so challenging. And more importantly, we're going to give you practical, actionable strategies to train your ears and boost your listening skills. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for tackling fast English in movies, podcasts, real conversations, and more. Sound good? Let's jump right in.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about why fast English feels so incredibly difficult. The truth is, the English you encounter in real life is completely different from the English you find in textbooks or language apps. In classrooms, teachers often speak slowly and pronounce every single word clearly. But native speakers, they definitely don't talk like that in everyday situations.
Right, so let me share a few key reasons why fast English trips us up. Reason number one is something called connected speech. Native speakers naturally link words together. For instance, instead of saying, "What are you doing?" with clear separation between each word, they'll say something that sounds more like, "What you doing?" The words flow together as if they're one continuous sound.
And then there's reason number two, which is reduced sounds. In natural, fast English, certain sounds get shortened or even completely dropped. A classic example is going to becoming gonna or want to turning into wanna. So if you're listening carefully for the full phrase, going to, you might not actually hear it because speakers are saying gonna instead.
Reason number three involves rhythm and stress patterns. English speakers don't give equal emphasis to every word. Instead, they stress the important words while the smaller function words become super quiet and quick. For example, in the sentence, "I'm going to go to the store," you'll clearly hear going and store. But those little words in between, they practically disappear.
And we can't forget about slang and informal expressions. Real conversations are full of casual phrases that you won't find in traditional textbooks. Instead of, "How are you?" people might say, "How you doing?" Or, "Did you eat yet?" might become, "Jeet yet?" If you haven't been exposed to these informal forms, it can feel like people are speaking in code.
Plus, there's the whole accent factor. English is spoken across so many different countries: the United States, the UK, Australia, Canada, and beyond. Each region has its own unique accent, pronunciation style, and speaking pace. That variety definitely adds another layer of complexity.
So, to sum it all up, fast English is challenging because words connect together, sounds get reduced or dropped, the rhythm is unpredictable, slang gets thrown in, and different accents change how everything sounds. But here's the encouraging part. Once you start recognizing these patterns, fast English won't sound like random noise anymore. It'll start making sense.
Now let's get into how native speakers actually talk, because understanding the mechanics behind natural speech is going to be a game changer for you. When native speakers communicate, they're not carefully pronouncing each word the way you might in a language class. They use what we call natural speech patterns.
One major feature is linking. This is when the ending sound of one word connects to the beginning sound of the next word. For example, turn off sounds like turn off, and I want it becomes I want it. The words literally blend together.
Then there are contractions, which make speech faster and more fluid. Instead of I am, we say I'm. Instead of he is, we say he's. And they are becomes they're. These little shortcuts happen constantly in everyday conversation.
Sometimes sounds even get dropped entirely. For instance, next day might sound like neck day. And I don't know often comes out as I don't know. It's not incorrect. It's just how natural speech works.
And remember that rhythm we mentioned earlier? English has a stress-timed rhythm, which means important content words get emphasized while function words get rushed through. In the sentence, I want to go to the store, want and store are clear and strong, but to and the zoom by quickly.
The good news is that these patterns repeat consistently. Once you learn to recognize linking, contractions, dropped sounds, and rhythm patterns, your comprehension will skyrocket. It's all about training your brain to expect these features.
Now, let's talk about something really important: the psychology of listening. Have you noticed that when someone speaks too quickly in English, it's not just a language issue? It becomes an emotional challenge too. You might feel anxious, panicked, or completely lost. That reaction is totally normal. Our brains are wired to process sounds in our native language automatically. But with a second language, your brain needs extra processing time. When words keep coming at you rapidly, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and shut down.
Another common problem is trying to translate every single word into your native language while listening. But in fast English, there's simply no time for that. By the time you've translated one word, the speaker has already moved ahead several words, and you're left feeling hopelessly behind. So what's the solution? First, stay calm. If you miss some words, that's okay. Instead of panicking, focus on catching the main idea rather than every tiny detail. Your brain is incredibly smart and can piece together meaning from context, tone, and key words.
Here's a helpful perspective. Even native speakers don't catch every single word in every conversation. They rely on context clues, tone of voice, and key vocabulary to understand what's happening. You can absolutely do the same thing.
So remember, the psychology of listening is about staying relaxed, focusing on the big picture, and trusting your brain's natural ability to figure things out. The calmer you are, the more you'll actually understand.
All right, let's talk about some golden principles for understanding fast English. Principle number 1: stop trying to understand every single word. This is honestly one of the biggest mistakes learners make. When you fixate on catching everything, you get stuck and confused.
Instead, focus on keywords, the words that carry the main meaning. For example, if someone says, "So I was pretty tired yesterday, but I still went out with my friends and we watched this incredible movie," you don't need every word. Just catch tired, yesterday, went out, friends, and movie. That's enough to understand the gist.
Principle number 2 is to listen for context. Context means the situation, the topic being discussed, and the surrounding words. If you know the conversation is about food and you hear, "I'm gonna grab some," your brain will naturally fill in lunch or dinner, not something random like homework.
Principle number 3 involves training your ears to recognize common patterns. Certain phrases appear again and again in fast English. Gonna, wanna, gotta, dunno, and so on. The more you practice identifying these, the faster you'll catch them in real conversations.
Now let's talk about practical strategies you can use every single day. Strategy 1. Use subtitles wisely. Start by watching content with subtitles in English, not your native language. Read along while listening. Then, try watching without subtitles. Over time, you'll rely on them less and less.
Strategy 2 is something called shadowing. Choose a short audio or video clip, maybe just 10 to 15 seconds long. Listen carefully, then try to repeat exactly what you heard, mimicking the speed, rhythm, and intonation. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to train both your ears and your mouth simultaneously.
Strategy 3. Listen to the same content multiple times. Don't just listen once and move on. Play it again and again. The first time might be confusing, but the second and third times will be much clearer. Repetition is genuinely magical for improving listening skills.
Strategy 4 involves working with different accents. English varies so much depending on where it's spoken: American, British, Australian, Canadian, and more. Start by focusing on one accent, then gradually expose yourself to others. This builds flexibility and confidence.
And here's a fun one, Strategy 5. Practice with songs and short videos. Music and entertaining clips make learning enjoyable. Listen to a song while reading the lyrics, then try singing along. Or watch a funny short video and repeat the phrases you hear. When learning is fun, your brain retains information much better.
Now let's talk about common mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1: thinking you've failed if you don't understand 100%. That's simply not true. Aim for understanding the main idea, not every tiny detail.
Mistake number 2. Only listening to slow, clear English. If you stay in your comfort zone forever, you'll never train your ears for real-world situations. You've got to challenge yourself with natural, fast English.
Mistake number 3: giving up after listening just once. Understanding develops through repetition. The first listen is tough, the second is easier, and the third feels clear. Be patient with yourself.
And mistake number 4, letting discouragement stop you. Sometimes learners think, I'll never get this. But that negative mindset only makes things harder. Stay positive, practice consistently, and trust the process.
Let me share some fun practice ideas to keep things interesting. Use your favorite TV shows or movies. Pick a scene you love, watch it with subtitles first, then turn them off and see how much you can catch. You'll be amazed at your progress when you're genuinely interested in the content.
Try playing Guess the Word. Listen to a clip, pause it, and predict what word comes next before checking the subtitles. This turns listening practice into an engaging game.
Or copy your favorite actors and singers. Choose one line from a movie or song and repeat it exactly like they say it. Same speed, same rhythm, same style. It's like acting, and it's super effective.
Before we wrap up, I want to give you some encouragement. I know listening to fast English can feel frustrating sometimes. You might think, will I ever understand this? But I promise you, yes, you absolutely can. Every successful English speaker struggled at first. The difference is they kept practicing.
Think of it like learning a new song. The first time you hear it, the melody and words are unfamiliar. But after a few listens, suddenly it feels easy, and you can sing along. English listening works the same way. What sounds like noise today will become clear with practice.
So please don't give up. Celebrate every small victory. Maybe today you understood one extra word. Tomorrow it'll be a full sentence, and next week it'll be an entire conversation. Progress happens step by step.
Let's quickly review today's key points. Fast English is challenging because of connected speech, reduced sounds, quick rhythm, slang, and accents. But these are patterns you can learn to recognize.
Don't try to catch every word, focus on keywords and main ideas. Train your ears daily through listening, shadowing, and using subtitles strategically. Avoid common mistakes like giving up too soon or staying only in your comfort zone.
And most importantly, remember that practice, patience, and positivity are your best tools. Even small daily efforts create huge improvements over time. Fast English will get easier and clearer, we promise.
That's all for today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining us. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with friends who are also learning English. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next lesson. You've got this.
Bye, everyone, and happy learning!